Hey, what's up? It's Harvey Slater, Holistic Nutrition Coach. How's it going? I'm just rummaging around my kitchen and my pantry for some interesting ingredients, and I came upon something I haven't used in a while. This is whole hempseed hearts, and I'm going to use this in a chickpea vegan salad, kind of like a vegan version of chicken salad or tuna salad. And I'm going to show you how to make an awesome portobello mushroom chickpea salad sandwich that's going to blow your mind. Check it out. What I have here are two raw portobello mushrooms. They're very beautiful. You want to make sure you get pretty big ones that are really intact and have a nice deep center, because when you cook it, it's going to flatten out a little bit, but you want it to be intact because it's going to be the base of your sandwich. So the first thing I'm going to do basically is just very gently remove these stems from the portobello mushrooms. And you just want to make sure you don't break the edges of the portobello mushrooms at all. So we're going to just do that first. Just get them out of there as good as you can. And you can actually save those stems and use them for a soup or a broth, or even just rinse them off and throw them in a smoothie. The mushrooms, especially portobello mushrooms, wild mushrooms, shiitakes, all have a lot of nutrients. Then we're going to make a little marinade in this bowl. So we're going to take 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and you can absolutely make this oil-free if you want, or you can cut down and just do 1 tablespoon if you want. That's totally okay. I know there's a lot of people who are following oil-free diets nowadays. This is liquid aminos. You can also use a tamari or a coconut aminos. 2 tablespoons of that. And then I have what's going to end up being about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm just squeezing it through this strainer so that we don't get seeds in there. All right. And then what you want to do is just whisk this marinade up. Then we're going to dip the backside of the mushrooms, the mushroom caps, like that, to get them kind of moist. And then we're going to go ahead and just pour. These mushrooms have been placed into a dish for baking, and we're just going to kind of drizzle the rest of the marinade over the top and into the inside. So you'll actually see a little pool of marinade inside the mushrooms, and that's actually really good. And then we're going to put this in a preheated oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's probably going to take 15 or 20 minutes for these to roast. All right, so while the portobello mushrooms are roasting, we're going to go ahead and make our chickpea salad. So what we have here is just in a small or medium bowl, we're going to combine, this is about 1 1/4 cups of cooked chickpeas or garbanzo beans. This is about the same as a can or a box that you would get at the store. And then we have about 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And then we also have about 2 tablespoons of vegan mayonnaise. You can use regular mayonnaise if you're not keeping vegan. You can also use tahini if you're trying to stay low on the refined oils. Tahini is going to give it a much different flavor. The mayonnaise obviously gives it more of a traditional chicken salad type of flavor. And then we have a 1/4 cup of whole hemp hearts, hemp seeds. That's going to give it lots of omega-3, more protein, more fiber, a little bit more fatty texture. This is about a 1/4 cup of chopped scallions. And you can go up to 1/3 cup or even 1/2 cup if you like it really oniony. And this is about 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley. You can go more if you like it more herbaceous tasting. And then we're going to give it a few tweaks and twists of sea salt and fresh cracked pepper. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use a fork, the tines of a fork, to sort of smash the chickpeas and mix it up. You don't want it to be super smashed, so you don't want to put it in a food processor. But you do want it to be smashed enough that it's kind of like a You know, it's got the consistency of like tuna salad or chicken salad. So you're going to smash it. You can smash it up against the side of the bowl if you want, like this. And that'll help smash it. You can even, if you want, you can use a potato masher. Or if you're like me and you don't mind getting your hands dirty, you can even put your hands in there and just smash it with your hands a little bit. The only thing is when you do that, of course, you have to make sure your hands are clean. And it's just a little bit messy, so you have to wash your hands afterwards. But sometimes just a good old hand just does the trick the way it's supposed to. So now this is kind of pseudo smashed, meaning it's smashed into a nice salad consistency, but it still has a few whole chickpeas, so it looks interesting and it's got a really desirable texture. It looks really nice. And then you'll find that this is really reminiscent of traditional tuna salad or chicken salad because of that mayonnaise and mustard flavor, but this is basically the consistency you want. So you can actually make a traditional sandwich out of this, but I'm going to teach you how to make this really awesome portobello sandwich in just a few minutes when the portobellos are done. All right. All right, these mushrooms have been in the oven about 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm going to actually turn them over because the tops are getting a little too brown. So just going to turn them over like that and just let the marinades already on there nice and juicy and just let them roast like that for probably another 10 minutes and they should be ready. Okay, so our portobello mushrooms are ready. They're cooked all the way through. You want to make sure they're nice and soft and they're not still dry in the middle. So that gives you a really pleasurable bite. If you bite into raw mushroom, that might be kind of gross for some people. You want to just use a paper towel and pat this and make sure that it's not too runny. Pat some of the juices off of there. And then basically we're just going to build little sandwiches, like little mini sandwiches. This is mixed greens. I've got some arugula. I actually also chopped up the tops of some celery because the tops of celery sometimes have those wonderful greens in them. By the way, you can also put chopped celery in the chickpea salad if you want. There's no hard rules about that. So just some kind of interesting, nutrient-dense mixed-up greens. And then I have some Roma tomatoes sliced lengthwise. And what we're going to do is we're basically just going to put a little pile of greens on each portobello mushroom. And then we're going to put a couple slices of tomato. And then we're going to take our salad and we're going to put it on top like that. I'm using an ice cream scoop because that makes it a little bit easier. And then you basically have these beautiful hand-held sandwiches that you can just bite into like that, or you can eat them with a knife and a fork. They're quite delicious. You can also add a little tomato on top to give it a little more garnish if you want. But those are beauteous, right? And they are completely gluten and grain-free, nutrient-dense, super awesome. So I hope you enjoy this. Let me know how you like it. Try it this week. Bye for now, and thanks for watching.